everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I have a bit of a different video today. I have some subscriber happy mail. This is so exciting. This is the first time I've ever gotten anything like this. This is from a very sweet lady who I believe has been a subscriber since the very beginning. She goes by Coast Home on YouTube. I found out a while back her name is Diana. And she has sent me a box that feels like it is absolutely packed full of what I am sure are absolutely beautiful beads. This is really heavy. I can't wait to get into it. And I was going to say it might have been a little bit longer between videos than is usual for me. I have been battling a bad tooth, and I have been putting off making a dentist appointment, foolishly hoping that it would get better on its own. You'd think I'd be old enough by now to know that's not going to happen. I finally made an appointment, but it's not until next week. And I guess it's got infected because it's making me feel really, really horrible. Just all over, run down, just really awful. So I've been battling that. So I've been a little bit longer making videos than is usual for me. But I am going to power through and open this box because I absolutely cannot stand it. I have got to see what's in this box because I just know it's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. So I'm going to get all of this. I'm going to get into this and try to organize it some, and I'll be back and let you see what's in here. I'll be back. Okay, y'all. As suspected, these are some absolutely beautiful beads. They are so unique. They're just incredible. I've never seen anything like some of them. She enclosed a little note, and she talks about how these are bits of beads and findings, unfinished projects, this and that collected over the years, and how a lot of them are one-of-a-kind pieces that she purchased at bead shows, but mostly from Earthly Adornments, which is run by her friend Karen, and she still has that business. And so I looked it up. She has a web page and she has a couple of Etsy stores. One of her Etsy stores sells finished pieces, and the other one just sells beads and findings. And they are so incredibly unique, one-of-a-kind, vintage, antique-looking beads. They're just incredible. And her little story on the webpage and the Etsy store talks about how when she and her sister were little, they liked to play dress up like most little girls do, but that they had a really good time because their mother had an incredible good stash of jewelry because she really loved jewelry, and how she was addicted to treasure hunting at thrift stores where glamorous Hollywood stars cast off their outdated fashions in the days when nobody paid any attention to thrift stores, and how she and her sister kind of complained sometimes and wanted to leave, and their mother would say she'd just be another minute, just another minute. And then how she eventually became an antique dealer, specializing in jewelry and Asian collectibles, and had a more than 30-year career as a fixture in West Coast antique shows and a frequent traveler to China and Japan, and how eventually their mother's love of jewelry rubbed off on them, and they began to develop their own tastes in antique and vintage jewelry. And when their mother finally passed, she left several bedrooms full of her jewelry and beads and collectibles, and they couldn't bear to part with them, to turn them over to an antique dealer. So instead they formed Earthly Adornments as a way of passing on their mother's treasures to those who share her eye for the beautiful and unique. And even though they never imagined it when they were complaining during those thrift store trips, they'd been treasure hunting on their own. And then it ends by saying, now our mother's legacy is far more to us than the objects she left behind. It's the magic of holding a bracelet that may have once graced the wrist of a movie star. It's the feel of an exquisitely carved bead that is so rare that it can only be found on a necklace with one or two beads missing. It's a glimmer of insight into the details that defined strange and wonderful culture and individual lives, including our mothers and our own. And I'm going to link the Earthly Adornments website in the description box under this video, and her Etsy stores, because if you want to, I mean, you would want to at least go look at them. They're just incredibly beautiful, so unique beads. And so I'm gonna try to do this. I usually try to take everything out of the baggies because I don't want to have to fool with opening baggies, and you all have to wait while I'm opening baggies and crinkling baggies in your ears and all that. But some of them I have left in the baggies because I don't want to. I want to keep everything that's in there together. But these are some flowers. Of course, these are just beautiful. Y'all know, I guess, since a lot of the stuff I make, I either use flowers or I make it look like a flower. So I love the flowers. And these are just really beautiful little flowers. And then I have this cabochon here. This is absolutely beautiful. It's a milky, like lavender kind of looking cabochon. It's just so beautiful. It would be so beautiful to bezel around. And then these, I have two of these. This is just, I mean, the detail on that is just absolutely beautiful. And there's two of these. They are just absolutely incredibly beautiful. And then this is awesome. This slides out. If I can get it to slide out on camera here. There. It slides out. And then it's just a little bead frame that slides out. And then I imagine when you decide you want to use it, you bend over this last part here to keep it enclosed. And it looks so antique. It's just absolutely beautiful. I've never seen anything like this. So let me get a few more of these things together and I'll be back. Okay, this was all in one bag together. I imagine it probably was at one time a piece of jewelry that has broken or something, because there's some that have string on them there and they're all together. And this is just, I don't really know what to do with this because there's no hole or anything, so I'm not sure how I would use this, but it's just beautiful. Look at that. That is just so beautiful. And then there's this one with this, looks like little carved flowers around the edges there. And leaves. That's just incredible. And then there's these little sort of rectangular shaped beads. Those are so cool. And they were in this, together in this package. So I guess all of this came from the Earthly Adornments shop that she was talking about. And then there's just a bunch of these little, I don't know, kind of maybe rice-shaped beads or something that go with it. And then there's a couple of these little, I guess these are little connectors. Just beautiful. And then some of these little cream-colored beads that are still on the strand here. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to put this back together. I'm not sure what to do with this, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's just incredible. So hold on, I'll get the next thing out. Okay, these are some more pieces that were in little baggies labeled Earthly Adornments. There's a couple of these little beads. These are so pretty. Look at these. They've got these little flowers on them. They're just so pretty. I just absolutely love these. There's two of them. They're just gorgeous. So sweet and gorgeous. And then there's these beads that have got like a carved design on them there. Oh, there's four of these. Looks like the holes run across the top there, where the hole is on each side. So that's how they would go. Oops, I keep dropping them. These are just so pretty. Okay, now let me get something else out here. I'm trying to keep everything together because I don't want to get things mixed up. I'll be back. Okay, this is a baggie of what have got to be gemstones. I don't know what kind of gemstones, but I mean, this isn't already, all I got to do is put this together and have a beautiful necklace, because all this goes together so well. I guess maybe it was a necklace at some point. I don't know. There's this big round, beautiful bead. So beautiful, so unique. Then there's smaller ones like it, like this one. There's a couple of these. Just incredibly beautiful. And then there's some little oval ones. With that same pattern. And then there's some of these little round, I don't know what they are. They have such a pretty little, kind of etching on them. And then there's these little spacers, I guess is what these are. Little flat spacers. So, I mean, this is just a no-brainer. This is already, all I got to do is put this together and have an absolutely beautiful necklace. So this is incredible. So hold on, I'll get the next thing. Okay, here's another necklace that it looks like it just has broke at some point. And I mean, this would be just incredibly easy to just put back together, put on another piece of leather. And these beads are, look at these beads. They're just incredible. They are absolutely beautiful. I've just never seen anything like these beads. They're just, I love the detail on these. They are just so beautiful. They're just, I don't know, this didn't have a label in it, but I imagine these probably also came from the Earthly Adornments lady. They're just absolutely beautiful. And then I have this is a flat spiral bracelet that looks like it has broken at some point. And this will be no problem to just put back together. I've not done a flat spiral yet. I've been thinking about it. I just hadn't got around to doing a flat spiral. It's really easy. It's a really good beginner stitch. I think it might have been another one of the very first stitches that I learned. Of course, I've done the spiral rope, but I've never done a flat spiral. And these beads are just absolutely beautiful. They go together so well. Such a pretty, I guess that's a light blue. Just absolutely beautiful. Let's see. Now, this is, I think this is something that was probably, that probably has just broken, that she had made, either with super duos or mini duos, probably super duos, I guess. I've made bracelets like this before. This would be another one that would be very easy to put back together. And the colors are absolutely beautiful. They go together so well. And then there's this. This is just incredible. It looks like she's bezeled probably a chaton in the middle there, and then she's attached daggers to the outside of it. I have some daggers, but I just always have I struggle with how to use daggers. I don't know why. I mean, this is absolutely perfect way of doing it. And it looks like it's layered there, like there's 2 layers of the beading there with the daggers in between them. That's just absolutely beautiful. And then there's this peyote star. that it looks like she's made a part of, and it looks like there's a little one here. This is, I've seen these, I've never made one. It's a combination of peyote and herringbone. I just never have got around to making one. And I don't know if maybe she just didn't finish it or whatever, or didn't want to. I mean, you can make them like this. You make a bigger one and some smaller ones, and there's all kinds of ways you can connect them together. You could just make this into an earring, or you could use this as your focal, and, you know, maybe do something like this, connect some together like this, and make a necklace. I thought when I first saw it that it was like these earrings that I have made here, but it's not. These are peyote peyote square that I've used to bezel a chaton inside. And when I first saw these, I thought it was that, but that's not what it is. This is all peyote, and it's a square. And this triangle is a combination of peyote and herringbone. And I'm going to have to try to figure out how to do that, because this is just beautiful. And you can make them, you could make like two and put them together and sew them, zip them up together. Like put one on top of the other one and zip it up together around the edge and make like a kind of a puffy star, like a two-dimensional sort of thing. I just never have got around to doing these, but I'm going to have to now, because I want to finish this and use these. She said I got the beads and the thread and everything in here, and this would be, like I said, this would be so pretty to make. Maybe make that as your focal, and then do some of these smaller ones up the side and make a necklace. That would be absolutely beautiful. Get these back in here or I'll lose them. Let's see. Hold on, I'll be back with something else. Okay, this is the last thing, and this is by far my favorite thing, although I don't know how I'm picking, because everything is so beautiful. But I think this has got to be my favorite thing. She in her email that she sent me, she said that these are a case of, it's mostly seed beads, but there's some other beads in here too. And it comes from the Earthly Adornments shop. And they're from France, circa late 1700s to early 1800s, made by an old Italian glass bead family that moved to France in the 1700s. And that she was working for her friend Karen when they arrived, after she made a buying trip to New York, to a warehouse that buys and sells old and new surplus beads. They came strung on wire and wrapped on large spools. It was very exciting to open them up. She has sold all of them now, as this was some years ago. And she's enclosed some small samples of the beads still strung on wire, so I can see how they were. This is incredible to think that I have beads from the 1700s. And this is just incredible. There's some of these beads in here. These are just, look at that. That's just so pretty. I just don't know what in the world I need 100 million hours in the day to do all the things that I want to do. These are just so beautiful. They're so pretty. And then there's these little, it's kind of a flat, I guess it's a rondelle. I'll have to pardon my voice. My throat is sore from, I'm sure it's from this bad tooth I've got. It's really taking a toll on me. It's making me, I should have already been to the dentist. I just was foolish. And these are the seed beads still strung on wire that she was talking about. That's how they came, strung on wire like that. I've never seen beads strung on wire. I guess that's how they did it in the 1700s. I don't know. And then there's, look, that's some at all those beads. Those are beautiful. Kind of like a bluish gray sort of color. They look fairly cylindrical. They would be good for peyote, I think. And then there's these little bottles. All these little bottles of these seed beads. These are some pretty bronze ones. And these are, I don't know exactly what color this is. All I know is it's beautiful. Sort of a cream, maybe, I don't know. It's just, they're beautiful. And then these are sort of a, I don't know. I'll open these and they'll go everywhere because they're absolutely filled to the top. Sort of a blush color, I guess. And then there's these. Those are so pretty. A little bit darker of that, what I call blush color, but it's probably not the right color, but they're so beautiful. I'll have to get that little top back on there later. And then these are some really light colored, I don't know, sort of peachy. This might be more of a blush color than what I said was blush color. I don't know. And then here's some green ones. I never have enough green seed beads. I don't know why. I just, when I want one, I rarely ever have one. And then here's some more, a lighter green. And then here's some purple ones. Y'all know purple is a favorite color. So this is all just incredibly beautiful. Hold on, let me see if I can get it all together so you can sort of see it all together in one picture. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, took some doing, but I think I finally got all this together in one shot. This is just incredibly generous of her. I am so thankful to her. She, like I said, she has been, I believe, a subscriber to my channel since the very beginning. And she, like many of you, has always been so sweet and encouraging to me and so supportive of me. And I just so appreciate her and all of you that have been so encouraging and supportive of me. And this is just so generous. I don't know that I'm worthy of these beautiful beads, but I will definitely be making use of them. I just can't wait to play around with them. They are absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I will link that Earthly Adornments shop in the description box below so y'all can check that out. If nothing else, just to go look, because they are just beautiful, beautiful, very one-of-a-kind, unique beads that lady has. Again, I can't thank you enough, Diana, for sending this to me. These are just absolutely beautiful, and I am just blown away. So I guess that's all for this video. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos and liked and commented on my videos. I'll never be able to thank you all enough. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.